Gaming house on this moment now as well. As of course, as we all know, he recently joined up with the Ministry of Win in Poland, which is a damn strong house, by the way. So many good players there. Titan is there as well, so I might have actually practiced quite some games with Titan. Of course, I'm talking about the Russian Protoss player representing Roxkiss,
who is, in my opinion, the best foreign Protoss on the planet right now. Or at least I was thinking that way until Mana played so well in his Code S qualifiers.
Yeah, Titan is a beast. Titan really is a beast. It's always hard to say if he's the best because he's still a little bit unstable now and then. But yeah, I do agree with you that he is very good. He won WCS Russia, which is of course no easy task. I would say one of the 5 hardest qualifiers outside of Korea. I think, yeah, that sounds reasonable.
And Titan's the guy that wore the sunglasses, right?
Yes. Titan
Which is just a hilarious story that I ask you about all the time.
We call him the Terminator. Anyway, guys, of course, Liquid Red is our Dutch Zerg spawning in the left bottom side of Whirlwind, while Evil Genius's HuK is our Canadian Protoss spawning on the left top side of this map. This game, guys, is not live, but it is played very, very recently. Of course, we are completely unaware of the results, but due to whatever reason, probably time zone wise, this was a very unfortunate moment for Red to play. So they asked if they could have played earlier, and we of course want to give the players the best playing circumstances without, while still making sure that this match is as live as possible, or at least as close to live as possible. I guess it was played yesterday or maybe even this morning.
These are pretty interesting spawning positions, Kev. HuK spawning right above Ret, and while Whirlwind's a very big map, of all push distances that you could get, this is one of the shortest HuK could ask for. So we very well may see some high aggression 2-base play out of HuK, given what he's gotten here, given what the lottery has given him.
We had the opportunity of casting a lot of HuK's games at WCS as well, at WCS North American Continental Finals, which was played during the MLG Rally weekend. And despite a couple of really interesting and fun builds by HuK, and sometimes even really good builds, I felt most of those builds were one-timers. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel like that's what we could say of HuK for a long time now. He's sort of had this hyper-aggressive 2-base playstyle for as long as I've been following HuK, and that's been since beta, honestly. And, you know, he does it. He does that style better than anyone in the world, but the fact is it's been around for so long and players have gotten so good at playing against it that it's really affected his results.
Standard Red getting 3 hatcheries up before the 4-minute mark. HuK getting a cannon as well, so HuK, well, of course you want to get a cannon. Oops, Ben, and I just misclicked. What am I doing, Ben? I just clicked B. Ah, sorry, stressed out. Why would I do that, Ben?
I don't know, Kev.
Help me.
Don't know.
So sorry, guys. As I said before, fortunately I did say that this was not a live game, and this is what happens when I make a misclick.
We are completely live, ladies and gentlemen, and now we've gone back in time, 10 seconds.
6 kills.
And of course, what we're seeing right now is just what Kevin was talking about 10 seconds ago.
No,
Red
it wasn't that bad. It was literally 10 seconds, man. Don't make it. You have to just put me on the spot again. You will do that.
I'm not.
Yes, you will.
Not at all, man. Red is taking that fast third base.
I don't understand why Blizzard would put the B next to the V, because the V is such a crucial observer key.
It's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
I wonder, can you change observer hotkeys?
I guess you can, and I think it's time that we start doing that, Ben.
Just take B off the keyboard.
Yes. Then next time you try to play a game over here, you're like BA.
I'm like chatting up somebody on the internet. I'm like, hi, my name is N. Oh man, can't make the B.
Well, that's not like really the funny story about
Mr. Itter.
Mr. Itter is not a bad name. So curious to see how Red is going to go with this game, as the Overlord is getting in a good position. HuK did not take any assimilators yet in his natural, but he's still very low on probes. So nothing funky over there.
Yep, in fact, it looks super standard. Red's still not even having taken his gases. Just 100% in drone mode right now, being very refined about everything that we're seeing, even hitting his Overlord timings to a T.
And that really threw me off. I got so shocked by my own actions. I was like, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Completely lost all my train of thoughts. But what I want to say before that horrible, horrible incident happened, Ben, and you put me on the spot again. Just kidding. I'm making it worse for myself right now. What I want to say, Ben, is that both these guys, of course, were part of our Season 3 finals, which makes it once more a little bit extra special. Red was not at our Season 2 finals. He was at the Season 1 finals, though, and HuK only joined the NASL Season 2. But HuK so far has also been a back-to-back finalist at the NASL. So once more, a crazy pick by Red. And makes this game so awesome.
Nice stalker harass here from HuK. He's going to get a couple of drone kills, or at least one drone kill, before the Zerglings show up. And this stalker should be able to kite these lings forever. There's even a second stalker joining the mix, and this is what we know HuK for, man. Early aggression with his initial units and just never really letting up.
This is kind of annoying for Ret right now, as this base is sort of far away. He's gonna have a queen there soon, but one queen is not gonna be able to deal with two stalkers, so he's gonna have to bring those slow lings in once more. HuK is already putting up 7 more additional gates, man. It's gonna be a good old 8 gate plus 1.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough for Ret to deal with.
Sees it. I'm not sure if Ret actually saw it, but he could have seen it. He's already producing 5 roaches, so I think that Ret sort of has an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
But he's so low on drones.
I'm actually not sure why that is. I guess he lost a couple of drones there. He was forced to build that one extractor to save a drone.
And this is also really just quite early, and I guess that Ret just feels. I mean, yes, he's low on drones, Ben, but you don't need to be at 55 drones to deal with this. This probe will fall, and I cannot imagine that this pylon goes up unless he's going to go like 2 or 3 more pylons.
Man, HuK is just throwing pylons down everywhere, and this is actually super hard to deal with. Ret's going to be forced to
Ret is droning right now, Ben.
Oh.
He's just made 11 drones.
Wow, that is so ballsy right now. Lings are on the other side of the map and continue to harass the stalkers of HuK. HuK not paying attention right now, getting nearly completely surrounded, but does manage to squeeze away.
HuK is actually not going for the weapons, man. HuK is going back to building probes right now in a Twilight console. But after losing, wow. What's happening in this game?
It's weird, man.
Wow, he could have dropped a sick force field there. Could have trapped so many links if he would have dropped it immediately. But of course, always hard to do that against speed links. If HuK loses both these pylons, Ben, I really think he's in terrible shape.
I mean, Ret is definitely taking advantage of the freedom that he's been given here, making so many drones. He's going to be up at 70 drones here in just a couple of seconds. Has no idea about these pylons, though, and they are literally right outside his front door.
His Overlord did spot that probe earlier on, but yeah, he never checked for it. But I guess he saw the units going all the way back, and I guess, well, he saw that this assimilator was being taken as well. Still, I felt right in that moment when Ret made 11 drones, if HuK would have warped in 8 units and then chrono boosted a lot of his gateways, it would have been kind of tricky for Ret. But of course, as long as Ret's injects were good, I guess he would have been able to eventually deal with it.
Ret is going to pull up a little bit here at 70 drones and start producing units once again. +1 ranged attack, roach speed on the way.
Well, Ben, I've been in the position a lot as a Protoss player when I feel that my original aggression did not really work out, and I don't really know where HuK can go from here. Yes, he can make Immortals. He's probably going to try to get Blink soon as well and just go with a big +2 attack then. He's making so many pylons outside of his natural that I'm starting to get the feeling that he wants to go up to 3 bases. What's going on over here, Ben?
I don't know, man. I'm just waiting to see him write a message in pylons.
Yeah, because if this is... if he goes for a big 2-base attack right now, he can easily end up losing 4 pylons. Just to like a small Ling run by.
Yeah, and that would supply block him badly. But he is starting to mobilize a little bit. He's got a lot of stalkers. He does have... No, he doesn't have Blink. Why did he go Twilight Council? Just for +2?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Well, Ret, Ben, how crazy is it that this pylon has not been spotted yet?
It's unbelievable, in fact, Kevin, and the second pylon right behind it also hasn't been spotted.
Oh, Ret spots it! Cryptumor.
Oh.
Oh, wow. That pylon came that quickly.
And all of a sudden, here's HuK's army. A couple of really good force fields going down, trapping 4 roaches and a handful of Zerglings. Those units are all going to die for free. Ret's got to be so careful about how he engages
Wow,
this.
those force fields are great by HuK. The second wave of force was really cutting off 4 or 5 more roaches. But still, HuK needs at least 1 or 2 more bases like that.
More great force fields from HuK. And again, more free units just shredding Ret. Now he's actually completely zoned the roaches out of the natural expand. The problem, though, HuK's starting to run out of energy a little bit. Ret is streaming in with units as fast as he can. Supply-wise, it's HuK in the lead, though. Army supply-wise, HuK is doubling Ret. Oh my gosh, what a crazy game.
And Ret still has 1,200 minerals, but he has 10 roaches in production. That's probably all the larvae he has right now. He's losing a lot of drones. HuK does not have Blink, and he lost all sentries. He lost our Immortals.
That's it, man, Ret is dead. And this game, which was a little bit of a comedy of errors, turns into a HuK victory after Ret just kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Underreacts, maybe? How do you describe this?
I mean, the forces were great by HuK.
Yeah, beautiful execution of the actual attack, certainly.
Ret still has 1,000 minerals. If he would be able to spend 1,000 minerals right now in links, he would be able to clean this up. But I guess that's not going to happen. Really good forces by HuK, and HuK somehow, some way turn this around.
Yeah, makes it work. Ret's going to lose this layer. He's going to, I mean, the natural's completely gone. Now all HuK has to do is walk over here to the third base, and that's going to pretty much be it for Ret. He's still going to try and make one final stand, but he's down 40 supply right now, 50 supply almost. There it is, taps out. GG's called. That's a bizarre game, Kev. I mean, I wish I had a really smart thing that I could say about it, but I mean, HuK feigned aggression, built a bunch of pylons in weird places, didn't do anything with them, and then
not just once, but there were like 2 pylons on the left side, which makes sense if you actually want to go for it immediately, but he didn't do it. And then, as you said, all those pylons outside of the natural. Well, sometimes, Ben, it's much better to throw it over to the true players.
Yeah, let's see what they have to say.
You know, I thought that was a really interesting fight. I think the reason why HuK actually decided to actually drop back in that position was because he noticed, okay, the roach production was already there. Normally, Zerglings are going to really dominate that area. And HuK knows, excuse me, Ret knows HuK's style. So Ret is preparing preemptively all these roaches. HuK saw, okay, there's no real capabilities of me going Stalker Zealot against mass roaches. Let me drop back, wait until I have actually sentries, and pick another day to fight. And then he chose the better battle.
Yeah, it was sort of both playing on how each other knows each other's styles. It was like a meta game where HuK says, well, Ret knows my tendencies, and so rather than trying to fall back and say, well, I'm going to play a 3-base game, that's what Ret wants. He says, I want to drag this game out longer. HuK says, I'm going to scale back and delay it. It's kind of like back in the days when 4-gate was starting to drop off, but people would go for a delayed 4-gate. They would go 2 more warp-ins and then push, and people weren't used to it. It's sort of like a variation of that. HuK drops back, very tactically engages on turns, especially fighting upper ramp is something you never want to do against Zerg. Off creep. All these kinds of things eventually snowball to HuK's victory.
And because, you know, Ret was able to see just so many gateway units to begin with, he's like, oh, there's no attack coming off. He's just playing defensive. He actually got maybe 16 more drones than he should have. And that would have been optimal to actually defend against that push. But, of course, he went up to 70 drones in that game, and really he just doesn't have enough material to deal with that.
Thanks a lot, guys, and thanks to Epson Projectors for sponsoring that last game. HuK leads 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with game number 2, HuK versus Ret, after this.